Hey folks, it's Jang here from ultimaterc.com with a review of the 5000 milliamp hour 2S 7.4 volt 40C LiPo battery pack from Gensace. It's a hard case one, and I call this a review because almost 1 year ago exactly I reviewed one of these packs, one of the first ones that I ever got, and it came out a very favorable, very positive review. And since then I've pretty much been able to compare any other value pack against this exact pack, or actually the one that I tested back then, because it's just such a great value, or at least it was at that time. And it's been a very popular pack. It has sold out repeatedly, and almost everybody who has used these packs has had good experiences with them. Up until recently, I've started to see some notes on the URC forums about folks who have been having not as good of experience with the newer batches of these battery packs, and I've finally started to see some objective data that suggests that their quality may have decreased. That's why I went ahead and bought a new one of these to test it out for myself and see what was actually going on with these packs. Now, there has been a change in the physical design of these packs. Previously, when you bought one of these Gensace 40C packs, hard case, they came like this with the terminals in the top where you could actually remove the battery leads, and it came with one of these sets right here with the little balance adapter on it. I always just used shorter ones that don't have the balance adapter, so you don't have that extra wire hanging around, but this is the way they did them. And a lot of folks have had issues depending upon how they installed the battery in their vehicle and how much physical pull was put on the wires. Some of them have had these banana connectors go bad, where they actually just get soft because there's a little springy area around the middle of them, and if you use that and reuse it, plug it and unplug it a whole lot of times, or just get a lot of force on it, those will start to flatten out, and then you won't get as good of a connection in there, so that'll actually deteriorate your performance over time. Now they don't sell that version anymore. Now they only have these direct to connect ones where the wires come right out of the pack itself and you cannot remove them. Another unfortunate consequence of their change is that they're now only giving you these connectors, these 4mm polarized connectors, which they've got a little banana connector on the inside on one, and then it's a female 4mm bullet adapter on the other. But this is a style that is not used by many vehicles, and most people end up having to get rid of these. So you've lost a little bit of value there if you're running a more standard connector like a WS Dean's compatible connectors, or a Traxxas connector, something else that, or even just direct bullets. You'll have to cut these off and add your own. So that's a little bit of a negative right there, that they give you that, but they did at least fix one problem with that. So you no longer have to worry about these things coming out or wearing out over time. After cutting off that connector and putting on my own genuine WS Dean's connector, here are the results, and as you can see, statistically there was no difference between this most recent battery and the last set that I tested. The previous one was actually tested at a slightly higher temperature, and that probably accounts for most of the difference in voltage that you see here, although that difference is very insignificant. On the track in back-to-back testing, the new pack felt like it had just a little bit more punch than the old one. And that was really good news because that's the expected result. My older ones are 3-month-old packs with about 20 charges on them each. The new one had 4 charges on it. Summing things up then, this new pack did seem to be the exact same product as the old packs. At least the cells were the same. Obviously, different connector on there. Costs you a little bit more to actually get one of these packs running now on anything other than that weird connector that they come with. and this new one still took over 4,950 milliamp hours of charge back after doing the full discharge graph down to 6 volts. Now, none of this is to say that they haven't had a bad batch or that they haven't had some inconsistencies from time to time. Plus, in the year since my last review of one of these packs, the LiPo budget market has heated up quite a bit. And I'd say the Gens Ace is no longer the undisputed king of value, but it still seems to be a good pack for a good price. So thanks for watching. I hope that was useful info for you, and I'll talk to you again soon.